let me show you how we can turn this into a delicious, slow cooked, overnight pulled pork. Okay. Going to go very cheap on this, so we're not going to use proper mustard, we're just going to use American mustard, okay? And just give that a bit of flavour. Give that a good massage. Now the fat's going to stay on there, okay? Got a little piece of paper I forgot about. That can come out. But we're going to give that a nice good old rub, okay? And then I should have really done that in the pan that I'm putting it in. But yeah, we're just going to add our flavour, a bit of water, a bit of onion, and we're just going to leave that slow cooking overnight. Now there's lots and lots and lots and lots of recipes out there. Mine is no way traditional, no way is it traditional, but hey ho. So to that we're going to add, what are we going to add? We're going to add our paprika, if we can get it open. Good. Now you should use smoke really. See if you want that smoky barbecue. Unfortunately I don't actually have any. And Asda is useless. Everybody knows my hatred for Asda at the moment. And the garlic. Now I'm not going to put a lot of garlic in there, it's quite pungent that stuff. A bit of black pepper. Okay. And then I'm going to give that good old. And then we need the sweetness aspects of it, so we're going to put a bit of sugar in there, just give my hands a rinse. Have we got now? What sugar have we got? Oh, that'll do. Light brown. There we go. Bit of light brown sugar. You could use dark if you want that kind of more treacly taste. Okay. You could choose dark brown sugar. I'm just going to light brown. I know there's something else I wanted on that. That's what I wanted. I want some apple cider vinegar to give that taste. Now there's an argument for chicken stock in this or water. I've run out of chicken stock, so that's fine. And I've just found some small paprika, so let's get add a bit of smokiness to it. There we go. And again, I'm going to give that a good old rub. Okay. Nice and easy. Now everything's a mess, coating and stuff. So the last thing we'll do, we really should be doing this on the bottom, just so it doesn't catch really. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to plonk that here. Oh, plonk that on the plate. And to that, I am going to do my just add an onion to the pot. Apologies, this wasn't really well thought out before I started prepping. Ah well, my manicness comes through yet again. There we go then. One pepper, one onion. And again, we're not looking for perfection, you know. We are just going to roughly chop this, and it's going to help form the base for our, not just the base for the liquid, in the liquid, but it's also going to serve as something for the pork to rest on whilst it slow cooks and stops it from sticking to the bottom. And that's it, job done. So in terms of this, that's my thing. Bit of tomato puree in there, if I've got some. Oh, we didn't know. Run out of puree, never mind. Usually I would put puree in at this stage, but there's no puree. So what we are going to do is literally stick this in, stick the pork in, coat it in water, and then slow cook it, low and slow. And this can go about 20 hours to be fair. I like to say 24 hours, but it never truly is 24 hours. It's usually 20 at the most. There you go. Job done. That'll do. And obviously I'll give it a bit of a press down overnight. Make sure that top goes in as well, but that's going to cook if the steam rises, even on a slow cook. And that's it, job done. See you on the other side tomorrow. And welcome back to the next day of my almost American feast. We're going to do our best. And what's next is an apple slaw, and this is really easy to make. All I'm going to do, I need obviously my waste bag. Everybody uses these bags. These are supposed to be for bins, and they come apart somewhat rotten. Oh well. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to shred. The thing is, this is going to do me a couple of meals, so you can halve these ingredients. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to try to half. I'm just going to remove the outer leaves. Probably nothing wrong with them, it's just something I do by habit. So the next thing is obviously I'm going to decore it and take out that colour. I'm just going to see, yeah, do that, and that's fine. And do the same again. So there's a little bit. In fact, there's a little bit left on that, so do that. And I mean, best thing about coleslaw, it's incredibly super easy to make. I'm going to kind of judge it by eyes. Thing is that I need to remember that this is going to do 2 meals. So it's going to feed 6 tonight, and then if I'm lucky, I might serve it with a bit of a Waldorf salad tomorrow. So I'm just going to remove these, or loosen it anyway. The thing is, I don't think I need him, also I might just do some with that later in the week. I don't think I need any more than that. So what I'm going to do the same again. And then again, we're just literally thinly slicing it. Am I singing in the background? I've got my earphones on, I've got Alexa tuned in the background. I'm currently listening to the soundtrack from, what is it? Oh Brother Where Art Thou? It's a little bit mad, a little bit strange. Film is superb though. And I'm going to probably slide through my fingers, so a bit neater. Don't need that. And that'll do, I think. And in terms of cabbage, I don't think I need any more. Okay, so I'd pause momentarily. What I've done, whilst the camera was off, I've taken the dirt out. I'm going to keep them to one side. If I can use them as a stunt green, as people call it, then that's what I'll do. If not, they'll just go to waste, but hey ho. So this is what I'm going to use to shred my onions. It's a very cheap little gadget, but it makes shredding really easy. So all I'm going to do is shred all my onions. In fact, you know what, I'd probably been better halving it, but it gives me more of a grip, I suppose. Not. So these spring onion, they add that little bit of a, I suppose, a bite to the coleslaw. There's going to be a lot of sweet in this. There would usually be honey, but because I don't have any honey, there's going to be a drop of sugar in there. Dijon mustard, you know, mayonnaise, and that bite of this onion helps to mix, you know, with that cabbage and the cabbage and the carrot that's going to be well, not shredded, but I'm going to grate the carrot in. So there's no, as you can see, I'm just butchering this. There's no uniformity to it. We're just going to shred it in there, and then we're going to put it in, you know. Would cut short, hammers would. That's that one done. Onion, I mean half, Gary, I've already got this huge bowl that I'm going to have to turn the light off. That's obviously too bright. Oh, so open window it will be. Oops. That's that one done. It's carrots now. We only need a couple of these. Nice and easy. We're just going to break. We're just going to grate these in there. Peel and grate in. Now I was prepared, but yet again I seem to have lost something I actually need, and I don't know what I need. Where is it? Well, I do know what I need. I need my grater. I can't find my grater. Where is my grater gone? Ah, it's there. It was hidden. Here we go. So we're just going to grate these out, and then, sorry, peel them, and then grate in. I mean, some of the good thing about coleslaw is you don't actually need to follow a set recipe. There's loads of things you could do. A Korean version with kimchi. You could throw some sesame seeds in there and a bit of chilli for a bit of an Asian inspired slaw. It is quite versatile, and at this time of the year, you know, when it's warm and hot and sunny, coleslaw can be an absolutely fantastic accomplishment. So I might not have enough carrot here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to grate it, mix it together, see if I'm happy with what's there, and if I'm not happy with what's there, I'm going to grate another. This is going to get very, very messy. It appears I've underestimated how much room I'll need for all of this. So I'm going to go for 3 or 4 actually. These are quite small, so 4 should be just enough. Yeah, one more. So back into this goes. And do you know what? I think I'm going to have to transfer this to a pan. I don't think there's enough room in here to do what I need to do. So that'll be mine next. And I'm really not doing very well on this carrot grating. If I put it in a bigger pan, I've got a little bit more room to move. But that's your basic base, isn't it, of the coleslaw? Carrots, your spring onions, your cabbages. Right. Bigger pan, we're going to get a bigger pan. So we're going to need a bigger boat. And I'm still, oh my word, there's still absolutely loads. More than enough. Now, to this slaw, it's obviously apple slaw. So we're going to add some Brabants, that nice crisp zingy. And I'm going to go lazy. I'm not going to coil, I'm just going to cut around that, like that. Alright, I butchered some of it, that's fine. And all we're doing, we're going to create, I wouldn't want to call them julienne because my knife skills are absolutely appalling. But we're going to do some little carrot matchsticks. Oh, that's failed. We're going to do some little carrot matchsticks to go in this coleslaw. And we're going to do this nice and easy. We're going to slice it. And then, there you go. And in. And that's all we're doing. We're slicing very, very poorly because my knife skills, as you all are aware by now, my knife skills are absolutely shocking. I'm probably doing a butcher's job of this. I'm butchering it, but do you know what? If it tastes nice, it tastes nice, and I suppose that's all what matters, isn't it? Really, is I do have a friend that absolutely hates coleslaw, so I do like to rub this in, and I'll be sending him a picture of this just to wind him up. Maybe we should have gone for grated, it'd have been easier on me, but so be it. Oh, we're losing patience there, we're just going to go any old way. There we go. Don't be like me, get bored quite easily shopping. I'll never make a proper chef, but I'm happy with my home chef persona. It does exactly what I need it to do. We're going to be quickie because what will happen is that apple is going to end up going brown over time, so we want to hurry up at this stage, which I'm not really going to do a very good job of hurrying up, but so current track is Basement Jack. Get what the song is. But I can't sing it in case I get a copyright claim. And who doesn't want a copyright claim, eh? Although my small channel, I mean, I'm not sure a copyright claim will do any damage. But talking about small, if you are watching this video today, please do give me a at least a subscribe and a like, and comment below, you know, what's your favourite coleslaw dish? What do you like to serve your coleslaw with? What do you like to put into your coleslaw? Any weird and wonderful recipes, do leave them in the comment section below. Right, I'm going to eat that apple. As it stands. So what I'm going to have to do, I think I'm going to have to divide this now between two bowls, because some of it is for tonight and some of it for tomorrow. So that's fine, we'll do exactly that. and it's done. So that'll do for now. So I am actually going to make 2 of this. It is unfortunate, I'm not a pan big enough. So I'm going to go in now with, I haven't got a lot of Dijon, so about a tablespoon of Dijon. Okay, there's my Dijon, that's gone. Apple cider vinegar, now about 2 to 3 tablespoons of this. What else do we want? Obviously we want some salt. Salt, where's my salt gone? There we are. Okay, to balance all that sort of sharpness, we would usually use honey. I'm going to go for about a tablespoon of sugar in there, okay? So adds that little bit of a sweetness to it. And then, in with the most important ingredient, mayonnaise. Now, anybody who watches my video knows I'm a huge fan of cubed mayo, but that's far too expensive to waste on this. So I'm going to put about, I'd say, oh, how much is that? About 125 mils in, that's fine. And then, give that. We want, basically, we don't want it, I don't like too much mayonnaise, but I want enough that it binds well and there's no sort of like loose pieces just flying about everywhere, because people have been mean with the coleslaw. So I'm going to do that. And last but not least, as with any other dish, we are going to taste that. Boom. Now I prepare that. I'll come back to you when it's in a serving dish. And there we go. We have our beautiful apple slaw. Absolutely simple to make, delicious to eat, and a beautiful complement to any spring and summer dish, and even better on a burger or a sandwich. Whatever's on your plates, do enjoy what you eat and eat what you enjoy. Leave a comment below, what's your favourite coleslaw dish? Right, and on to the, on to the next portion. We've got some water that's heavily thawed. You know my fascination with big pans, pasta and lots of salt. That's there starting now. I kind of like a bit more lighting because it's really warm today. So that's on to boil. This is going to be for the cheese sauce. But whilst we do this, I'm going to show you how to make a quick barbecue sauce. And it really is incredibly simple. Now I am kind of doing this whilst messing around and doing other things. So as per usual, you've got my usual thing. So we want at least a couple of cups of barbecue sauce. And this is going to make an awful lot. It's going to cover 1 or 2 kilos, almost 2 kilos of pulled pork. So we're going to go for around 2 cups. Okay. In that, with no more apple cider vinegar. Now I usually would add apple cider vinegar, however I don't have any, so I'm going to use the next best thing, but not too much of it. It's going to add a bit of a tartness to it. We're going to add some lemon juice, and to that we're going to add lots of little other things. We're going to add some brown sugar, dark or brown, dark if you're going for that more treacly molasses. But because I've no molasses, I'm actually going to use black treacle, so I'm going to use a generous, and it's about, because who doesn't like that sweetness in a barbecue sauce? So there's a good 3 or 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Now, again, we're going all out on this one, so I'm not going to be cheap and use Worcester. I am, however, going to use the better Dorsetshire sauce. Now I'm not a southerner, but this stuff is absolutely fantastic. So a generous splash of that, And this is all on a low heat, so this is slowly cooking as we are adding all our ingredients. And on top of that, we have somewhere a good tablespoon or two of smoked paprika. We're going to also add, not as much, about 1 of garlic powder. What else am I going to add to this? I don't, you know, you could put onion powder in. I don't know why, I'm just not a fan of onion powder. I don't think it adds much. You know, that ground garlic has quite a strong flavour. I'm going to put a generous amount of pepper in there. So a good pinch of black pepper. Salt. Now at this stage, it's yours. You can put all sorts in this, more honey, hot honey, jalapenos, onions, crushed garlic. I'm going to just come back in a second. So the last thing to add to this really is while it's coming up to boil. You would go for molasses, that's the more American one. Next best thing, I don't have any molasses to hand, but we do have some black tweak or so. And this stuff is absolute nightmare to get out, okay? So it doesn't really matter, I'm just going to try and scoop some out. And doing a really, really bad job of that. In fact, I'm going to have to come back. I think I'm going to have to use a spoon for this. Wasn't going to do. So it's about, give or take, it is very messy, this stuff. Oh, it's stuck to my finger. Yeah, about a tablespoon. Just ignore me, I tell Alexa to shut up. Alexa, stop. Now, the final thing is this. Now, you can get this in a lot of places. It is potent. You literally 1 or 2 drops. That's it. Done. And that gives you that smokiness, you know, that rich smokiness that you get with traditional American barbecue. Not that I have really had a traditional American barbecue, but I would like to experience one. My dream, should this ever be big, not just for me, for the family, is to go on a food tour of a few countries, America, Japan, those being my main 2 that I'd love to go to first. So we're going to bring this to a boil and we're going to just simmer it for about 5 minutes. And there's that beautiful, okay, barbecue sauce. Okay, now that can be served with absolutely anything. You can have it as a wing base, you can have it on, well, we're doing it on pulled pork. Ignore the Christmas sticks bowl, it serves its purpose. But there we go, there's that very quick, simple 5 minutes, not even 5 minute barbecue sauce. Perfect for pork, we will show you that in a little while. And there's a beautiful pulled pork slightly later. Now, I would personally, it's very fatty, but I'd save some of that in case you want to reheat it, just for the liquid, not the onions, okay? But all that's left really to do this is to trim the fat off as we are pulling it. But this doesn't even need pulling, it is going to fall apart. Now this is very, very hot, so I'm probably going to, in fact, I probably will use, and you'll see what I mean here, because it is going to need limited amount of stress. So the thing is, I'm carefully going to try and remove most of that fat. It isn't nice, it's quite gelatinous, so we're going to take that off there, okay, as much as possible. I mean, there are people that love it, and that's fine, you know. Each to their own, but it is certainly not for me. So all I'm doing, I'm just removing as much of this fat that I can. Trying not to take any of the pork with it, but you can see it is literally just falling apart. Now a bit of fat's alright, okay? A bit of fat, particularly if we're reheating this, we're going to need that fat to help render later on, particularly when reheating. But all that can come off now, okay? Ooh. Making sure to get all that. And there we go. I mean, this is quite a poor, fatty piece, really. But it, you know, it is what it is. So, like I say, I'm not, it might look it, but I'm no effort. This is literally just coming apart. It doesn't even, I have, let me show you. I have 2 of these, and it's not going to need it. It literally, I just need to remove this. I mean, you can just see it. Doesn't that look heavenly? Okay, and there you go. Just pulling apart. And there you go, there's my pulled pork. And all we need to do now is the thing that makes it, when I can find something to do. If you can hear me turning a bit tired, I am, this heat's killed me today. And there we go. All in there. All in there. Take the pork for a bit of a swim in that barbecue sauce. Just saving a little bit for a lad to have separately. He's one of these eaters that loves to eat sauce. But there you go, absolutely beautiful. There is, oh, a messy but delicious pulled pork. Now this can be either hot or cold, okay? If you're going to reheat this, then it is a case just putting it back in a slow cooker or in an oven, just slow cooking it with a little bit more fluid, okay? So all I'm doing now, I'm gonna add this to a bowl, just for my not all that, that's just going to be for the bottle. But there we go, a delicious barbecue sauce, absolutely delicious. Just a couple of cheese slices. Alright, yeah, people might frown at me for this, but never mind. Cheese is good, cheese slices can be. Do you know what? I think if you're making a burger, it has to be cheese slice. So on that's going to go some of my delicious barbecue pulled pork. Plenty of left. Really stack it. And on top, I've got barbecued pulled pork. When I can get at it, it's going to be lots. Big dollop of my, if I can get it out, of my apple slaw. Which I still not want to come out the bowl. And again, we need this quite substantial in, shall we say, girth? I think girth's the wrong word, but we get the idea. I think that's exactly what we need. Some beautiful fries, just some, I would say beautiful fries, but they're not, they're just fries. Simple, shove in the oven, fryer, fries. They're really fries if they're shoved in the oven. I doubt it. Oh, making a bit of a mess. And there we go. There's our delicious pulled pork and apple sauce. Pulled pork and apple slaw burger served with fries. Whatever's on your plate this evening, do enjoy what you eat and eat what you enjoy. Leave a comment below. What do you want to see me cook next? As usual, don't forget, wherever or whenever you are viewing this video, please give it a thumbs up, share and subscribe. Click the links to the right to see some more of my beautiful, delicious recipes. Give that notification bell a ring to be informed of future content. And last but not least, comment below what's on your plates.